So boys, you should know what a privilege. You should know I put on film with a lot of baseball players. I put on film with a number of senators, you know, in Washington. And, you know, I'll tell you something. I've seen a number of presidents, you know, President Reagan, and I had a very interesting moment with President Reagan. We went because he was making for the Rebbe, he made the Rebbe's birthday education day USA because President Reagan loved the Lubavitcher Rebbe. And so Rebbe liked him too. And so we went in and he was gonna sign a proclamation that that the Rebbe's birthday is to be celebrated by all America as Education Day USA. So I was there with one other rabbi, and the president signed his name, Ronald, with one pen, and he gave it to the other Rebbe. Then they signed it with another pen, and he gave it to me. And then we were in the Oval Office. That's like the most important room in the whole world, the most powerful room. You heard of the Oval Office in the White House? Mm-hmm. That's where we're about to go, and all of a sudden the president stood up. And he pointed to my yarmulke. He said, Rabbi, you call that a kippy, don't you? I said, Mr. President, we call it a kippah. And he said, well, I'm going to read a letter from a rabbi that I got about the kippah. And I didn't know what kind of letter did he get the rabbi. And he told us this was in 1984, where the Hezbollah, the same terrorists that terrorize the people today, Reagan sent a whole of the Marines to Beirut, and the Hezbollah sent in a suicide bombing, and they wiped out, they killed 242 United States Marines, and there were Jewish boys amongst them too. And the rabbi was the first one, the chaplain, the Jewish chaplain was the first one to get there. And so he was wiping blood off the faces, and he lost his yarmulke while he was wiping blood with the yarmulke, so he was running around without a head covering. The Protestant chaplain was the next guy who came on. They dug him out from the rubble, and he came into the scene where the boys were, and he saw the rabbis running around without a hat, without a yarmulke. He knew how important it is, the yarmulke, to the rabbi. So he took his own beret, and he took out a penknife from his pocket, and he cut out the lining from his beret, and he put it on the rabbi's head. And the rabbi wrote that to President Reagan. And he said, this is the most important and cherished head covering, kippah, that I'll ever have. And he wrote that, and the president told us, he said, you know, I'm speaking to 12,000 people tonight, but I'm throwing away my speech. I'm going to read them this letter from the rabbi, because of how the yarmulke, how the Protestant chaplain made a yarmulke for the Jewish chaplain, and the Jewish chaplain, and they were both fighting for the United States. So, this is, you want to ask me something?
So, what year, how old are you when it's 1999? How old are you?
Well, now I'm 80, so in 1984, let's see what's now. Now it's 2017. I was about 30 years younger. Anyway, so I'll let you do the math. Anyway, but this, you see the importance of then I told the president, though, I said, do any of you know why we wore the yarmulke? I'll tell you. You know what's another name for kippah? What do we call it? We call it another name.
Kippur.
No, what do we call this head covering? You know, what is this? Yarmulke. Yarmulke comes from two Hebrew words. Yarma, Yira, Meloka. Fear for God. Yarmulke. And when you say two Hebrew words quickly, it becomes a Yiddish word. So they go yarmulke. So I told the president, by everybody, the brain is the highest thing, and if he can understand it, he does it. If he doesn't understand it, he doesn't do it. By us Jews, we try to understand everything. But if we don't understand, we know there's something bigger than our brain. What's bigger than our brain? The infinite wisdom of God. So we put the Yira Melakah, the fear of God, above our head to tell us and to tell the world there's something above the finite wisdom of a person, the infinite wisdom of God. So I remember these stories, and what a privilege it is for you to put on film. I with President Bush. I had film with me, but I don't have to put on film with President Bush, right? Because a non-Jew doesn't put on film, a Jew. So what a privilege it is that you can do something. Non-Jew doesn't have to, has to keep 7 mitzvahs. Okay? So just, I want you to remember what a privilege it is. And remember these stories about the tefillin and about the yarmulke. And God should bless you with good health and long life. And all of us should be here well and healthy to greet the whole Mashiach.
Amen. Thank you, Rabbi Feller. Thank you, Rabbi. Give a round of applause.
And you remember my father said he go back, right? He did a great thing. What a great thing he did.
Okay, thank you.